I'm so grateful that you all are here today. So I want to make sure I know you all are note takers. And for those who are maybe listening to this in the recording and the replay, make sure you have a notebook, a pen, and water. And go ahead and silence your iPhones, your whatever phones you have. And in the chat, let us know where you're coming from. Feel free to share your information. And stay with us through the end because we're giving a sneak preview into something very special that makes what you learn today not only inspirational, but you're able to turn it into action. So, those who don't know me, I'm Pat Alva-Kraker, and joining me is my incredible host, Pearl Pay. Pearl, how's your heart feeling today as we begin this journey with our amazing women here?
My heart is absolutely full and so thrilled. This is such a sacred place, a
Mhm.
space, a virtual room full of women brilliant, ready to reclaim your power. To every woman here today, whether you're tuning in anywhere or watching, listening to the replay, we see you. You are here because you want more vitality, more joy, more meaningful life. And that's exactly what we're diving into. Engage in the chat, please. Type a 1 in the chat if you have at least read the Vitality Ace Kit. Remember that? Our free gift to you
Yes,
when you enroll.
absolutely. I want to start by sharing something very personal because what we're talking about today, which is relevancy, vitality, and longevity, isn't just theory for me. It's my lived experience. In 2023, I was diagnosed with breast cancer for the second time. After 27 years cancer free, it came back. I was stopped in my tracks. I'm like, really? What followed was an 18-month healing journey full of chemo sessions that made me so sick, we had to stop them. A double mastectomy, reconstruction, and 12 rounds of immune therapy. One day I was running at full speed. The next, I lost my vitality. I found myself questioning something that I had never imagined that I would be asking myself. Would I have longevity to live the life I still dreamed of? I had to press pause on everything, my business, my community. And in that silence, the next question came up. Was I still relevant? Maybe some of you have asked yourself that question at different points in your life, different turning points in your life. And here's what happened next. The corporate leader in me, the project manager who built teams and led teams at IBM and Lockheed Martin, kicked in. And I began rebuilding myself. I studied longevity. I pursued the true meaning of vitality. What does that really mean? I redefined my success for myself. It wasn't about the full calendar. It was about how full my spirit felt. And something surprising happened. I discovered clay. With my hands deep in the earth, I found healing. I became a clay artist, a biohacker, an author, and a woman on a mission. Today, I stand in front of you, or sit in front of you, not only as a survivor, I sit in front of you as a guide to here to share everything I've learned about how we, as women over 45, can sustain longevity, vitality, and relevancy, regardless of what comes our way. So it's not only about my comeback story, really, it's a reminder that your powerful chapter might be the one you're about to write.
That was amazing, Pat. And my name is Pearl Pang. I'm the host, co-host with Pat today. My birth name is Peng Li Zhu. That's Mandarin Chinese. And my journey began in Taiwan, speaking only Mandarin. Earning my MBA degree brought me to America in '84. Corporate America became my home for 3 decades. 17 years at IBM taught me business transformation. I started 2 companies providing pathways to vibrant living, and I became a certified coach for teams, individuals, specializing in leadership development, transformation, and transitions toward their breakthrough results. I co-authored 3 Amazon bestsellers and am authoring a new book. Yet behind the business suits, another pearl was emerging. Life's twists and turns sparks my search for deeper meaning. What felt like traumas and obstacles became powerful lessons, guiding and inspiring me along the way. Cancer took my father, and my grandmother passed in the same year before I turned 30. 2 divorces and 1 coupling separation taught me resilience isn't optional. Single motherhood showed me strengths I never knew I had. And 2 precancerous surgeries reminded me life's fragility. Then COVID arrived, changing everything for everyone. I became a Reiki master in '98. Even my ex-husband still asked for sessions. I also became a yoga teacher with 500 certified hours. I practice and teach ancient arts of Qigong, Tai Chi, and meditation. Studying and practicing traditional Chinese medicine, including acupuncture and herbs, became my second passion. Fasting and foods as therapy are my best daily rituals. Timely and diligent detox have become my best life-saving and rejuvenating friends. Through integrated healing practices, I've repeatedly renewed my mind, body, spirit, and soul, providing transformation, and it's proving that transformation is possible at any stage of life. And that's why Pat and I created Town Square Talk. We bridged corporate and holistic worlds authentically, East and West, ancient and modern, blended harmoniously. At Town Square Talk, we create community for wonderful women like yourself. Your best chapter isn't behind you. It's just beginning. So with that, I look forward to navigating this glorious journey in the sacred space with you together.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. As you can see, Pearl and I have a passion and a background in alternative medicine. And I'm a Reiki master also and a polarity therapist. So you will hear and see how we weave into our sessions in our masterclass everything that we know about alternative medicine. So what I'd like to do now, ladies, is I'd like to ground everyone and bring everyone into this sacred space. So if you would, I'd like for you to sit back in your chair and put your feet on the ground. I invite you to take a deep breath, maybe close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And with your feet on the ground, I want you to imagine roots coming out of your feet, going down to the center of the earth. Imagine a gold light coming up your feet, up your body, all the way to the top of your head. Take another deep breath for me and let go of any tension, any past conversations, anything that's just happened in the last few hours. And be present for yourself and for the others in this space. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room. Thank you.
Today, we're going to cover 6 secrets to relevancy, vitality, and longevity. By the end of this webinar, you'll walk away with tips and ideas to enrich this chapter of your life.
Absolutely. And we're not going to give you fluff. You just heard about our background. So what we're going to share with you are practical, powerful action steps that we actually implement on a daily basis. And you will be implementing them too, starting tomorrow. So for those who want more, will you share how to continue to work with us? Are you ready to begin? Raise your hand if you are, because we're going to give it a go. All righty. All right, Pearl, let's take it.
All right. So, ladies, let's all get on the same page about what relevancy, vitality, and longevity mean. Before we define them, though, I want to remind you that they may appear to be 3 distinct subjects. Yeah, they are not. They are evolving, all intertwined, and you can't have one without the other, too. They are the pieces of puzzles that make up who you are. And here's how we define them for ladies 45 and over. For relevancy, it means that honoring our lived experience while supporting our evolving needs in career, health, caregiving, self-discovery, financial independence, and cultural connection. It's about meeting where we each are, not where society thinks we should be. And what vitality means? Embracing life with vigor, focusing on physical, mental, and emotional health to thrive in the second half of our life. And it's about energy, resilience, and joy. Last but not least, longevity means embracing a lifestyle that supports a long, healthy, and active life, focusing on physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being while navigating the changes of aging and environments that are around us. Any questions or comments about these definitions, please put in the chat.
What you learn here, you won't learn anywhere else. And let me tell you why. There's a lot of experts who focus on the fragmented piece of the puzzle that we just shared with you. There's some experts that focus on vitality, some on longevity, some on relevancy. But what we do is that we integrate mind, body, and soul wisdom with Fortune 500 leadership strategies. Our unique, holistic blend combines science, biohacking, energy healing, financial freedom, leadership, and spirituality. And our clients consistently report that really when you create a sustainable, comprehensive space for people, they will transform using a holistic approach. So here we are. If you're ready to dive in, put in one in the chat. So let's cut to the chase. How many of you have been told in subtle ways or not so subtle ways that your prime time is behind you? Oh, your prime time is behind. You should be thinking about retirement villages and early bird specials. Have any of you heard that? It's crazy. It's complete hogwash. In fact, I'm going to drop a truth bomb on you. Studies show that women over 45 actually experience a surge in creativity and problem solving abilities. It's like our brains are finally hitting their stride after decades of gathering intel. Think about it. Julia Child didn't become a culinary icon until in her late 40s. Toni Morrison won the Pulitzer Prize at 56, and Grandma Moses didn't start professionally painting until 78. These women just didn't just defy expectations, they shattered them.
Yeah, those women are wonderful examples. And ladies, you probably know someone like them who have defied expectations in your own life. The truth is, this isn't about gracefully fading into the background. This is about igniting your inner fire and creating a life that's even more fulfilling than you ever imagined.
We'll talk more about how you can defy expectations in your own unique way in our upcoming Master Series. Ladies, we've been through the ringer, right? We have a lot of decades behind us. We've navigated office politics, raised families, survived economic downturns, and mastered the art of juggling a million things at once. We've made mistakes. We've learned from them. We have the scars, and we've emerged stronger and wiser. If you can relate to this, put a one in the chat. Thank you. Younger generations may have the latest tech skills, but what we have, they don't have. And you know what that is? Experience. It's experience. We know how to build relationships. We know how to solve problems. We know how to lead teams and lead with empathy. We've earned our stripes. And it's time for us to use that wisdom to our advantage. Let's face it, the professional landscape is changing and it's constantly evolving. And you know what? And we have to do it too. We have to do it too. On the other hand, the average lifespan for women is 79. So women over 45 are likely to have longer careers than ever. That means that we have to stay current, adaptable, and engaged. And it also means that time is on our side. We have more time to make a difference, leaving a lasting legacy, and really creating a truly meaningful life. So take that in. Take that in. Your wisdom is your currency. And how are you going to use it? You want to use it wisely. So the question for you is taking a look at all your wisdom, all your stripes, all your scars. What is one thing, what is one step that you can take to reignite your purpose or even reframe what success is for you? Like I said earlier, I did redefine success in 2023, redefined it in 2024, and I'm redefining it now in 2025 because I'm in a different place. Our values drive what we do. And you define success based on that. So one question for you, put it in the chat. Which life lesson has served you the most powerfully so far? Which life lesson has served you most powerfully so far? Let's talk about financial independence and security. Oh, you might be thinking, oh, financial stuff. I'd rather go have a root canal. That's not what we're here about. What I want you to think about is the future with your finances. We're building a life, we're living longer, and we want to have the freedom to do whatever we want, whenever we want, without constantly worrying about money. Women today often shoulder more financial responsibilities than ever before as we navigate our different stages of life. We're taking care of families, taking care of aging parents, and maybe even starting new ventures. That's why it's more important to really stop and think and control your financial future. So, what can you do? Right? You want to manage your finances like a boss, right? Ditch the stress, embrace the abundance. Because frankly, financial stress can be a major buzzkill. It can affect our health, our relationships, our overall well-being, but it doesn't have to be that way. Maybe you want to revisit your expenditures, maybe downsize, take a look at your sources of income. There's a lot of apps that can help us do all of that. Don't be afraid to seek a financial advice from financial advisor. I've had a financial advisor for over 30 years, and it's never too late to engage a relationship with an advisor.
Exactly, Pat. And according to the study done by Merrill Lynch in 2020, 44% of women are worried about outliving their finances. And because we're living longer, an average of 79 years old, as Pat alluded before, we are bringing that to the surface because we don't want you to be caught in that situation. Right, Pat?
That's right, Pearl. Be proactive. Put a little bit more money in the savings. downsize, diversify, and stay informed about your retirement options. Make it fun. It's like growing your financial garden, if you will. In our masterclass, we also introduce the Financial Empowerment Journal. It's a simple, intuitive tool to help you track, reframe, and activate abundance. This is where your relationship with money truly shifts. When you're secure about your financial future, you're empowered to pursue your dreams and live life to the fullest. And you know what? It makes a difference in your confidence, which is the best investment that you can make. So I have a question for you. What skills and talents could you turn into income? Enter that in the chat. What skills and talents could you turn into income?
And we do have a lot of comments coming in the chat. I just want you to be aware, Pat.
That's awesome. Thank you for playing, girls. This week, take one step towards building your financial independence and security. Maybe it's having a conversation with an advisor or researching investment options. Yeah. Now, having that confidence with your finances is very important.
And let's take a minute to recognize what people are saying here. Linda is saying
Awesome.
how important community and relationships are one of the lessons, life lessons that she's learned. And Marilyn says, stay persistent and determined and impact local communities.
Awesome.
Ellen mentioned financial independence is not rocket science, really. It's easier than we think.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Ellen. Thank you for sharing that.
Dennis says, learning to really love and trust myself. Oh my God, I love that one. All right.
Awesome.
So let's do a visualization exercise. Begin by settling into your seat. Place both feet flat on the floor, hands resting gently on your lap. Let's quiet our minds together. Close your eyes or soften your gaze, whichever serves you. And at your own pace, take 3 deep breaths. 3 deep cleansing and relaxing breaths. You can inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale through your mouth for 4 counts, whatever the body is calling to do. And imagine your ideal life 1 year from today. Where are you? Who are the people around you? What are you doing? How are you making an impact in your world? How do you feel? When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and take some time to jot down what you saw, what you felt, and what you possibly heard. We'll give everyone 10 seconds to wrap up. Share in the chat one sensory detail that popped up, maybe it surprised you. And one word describing how you feel right now? Please, ladies. I see a lot of chats coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing.
Ellen was right on it. Wow. A year from now, it is my hope to be alive and healthy, surrounded with all the people and I love and who love me. Optimistic about what the future holds. I feel very blessed. Awesome. I really appreciate you all sharing. Thank you so much.
Now let's dive into a topic that's crucial for us, health and well-being. Let's be real. We're not in our 20s anymore. Our bodies are changing, our hormones are fluctuating, and sometimes it feels like we're waging a daily battle against the forces of gravity. Here's the good news. We have the power to take control of our health and well-being and create a life that's vibrant, energetic, and fulfilling. This isn't about chasing any unrealistic ideal of perfection. It's about feeling good in our own skin and having the energy to pursue our passions, living our lives to the fullest. Self-care, let's talk about it. It's not selfish. It's just smart. It's non-negotiable. Here's the deal. You can't pour from an empty cup. Self-care is so broad and deep. It includes mind, body, and soul practices. Today, we're going to touch the tip of the iceberg. Let's start with mindset. Our mindset drives everything in our lives. We all know how important our mindset is. Let me ask you all this and put your answer in the chat. How do you nurture and protect your mindset? Now let's talk about physical body. Keeping your body healthy and strong requires personalized, proper nutrition, hydration, exercise, movement, sleep, rest, and detoxification with a focus on prevention. So let's talk about the biggest culprit that wreaks havoc in our lives. Stress. That word we all know a little too well. That said, let me first remind you though, not all stress is bad.
That's right. It isn't all bad, right? There is good stress. And let's talk about the difference between the two, Pearl.
All right. Well, what's a good stress? The good stress is the kind you feel like you're learning something new or overcoming a challenge, like meeting deadlines or pulling through emergencies in life. Good stress actually keeps us sharp and motivated.
Mm.
Then there's the bad stress. Pat, what are the bad stress?
Bad stress, right? That's the one that lingers and nags and refuses to leave the party. You know that one person that just hangs around and just won't go home? Well, yeah, stress, the bad stress is like that. This is where cortisol comes in. And cortisol is our body's main stress hormone, and it's good for fight or flight. Sometimes we stay in fight or flight for too long. Sometimes we live in fight or flight every day, and too much of it for too long has serious consequences. High cortisol can lead to weight gain, fatigue, problems sleeping, high blood pressure, on and on. It can be very serious.
Exactly, Pat. The key here is to increase your self-awareness of where stress is working for you and where it's working against you. The good news? You have more power than you think to keep cortisol in check and prevent bad stress from piling up. If you're able, not driving, for example, I invite you to stand up or maybe stretch a little bit. You know, right now, paying attention, do a quick body scan and see where your stress level might be. How does that show up? How does stress show up in your body? Maybe raise your arms, take deep breaths, maybe twisting your body side to side. Mm. Before long, I bet you feel a sense of relief in the body, and perhaps even just feeling a lot more calm. And that means your bad stress is leaving your body. Thank you for playing, ladies, and your body thanks you too. Please sit down if you're ready to come back. Remember, stress is a signal, not a sentence. When you manage your stress well, you're not just surviving, you're building up your vitality, relevancy, and longevity you deserve. Now let's talk about nurturing our soul, which is a big part of self-care that sometimes gets skipped or ignored due to our busy lifestyles. For today, we'll call out 2 practices that will help tremendously: practicing gratitude and self-compassion. Practicing those 2 regularly helps focus on what you have, not what you lack, which fosters positivity and enhances overall well-being. Taking time each day to appreciate when you practice gratitude, appreciate the good people and things in your life works like magic. I'd be the first to attest to it. For example, before ending your day, identify and journal 3 things you are grateful for. Even if you had a bad day, no matter how small those 3 things are. Then the next morning, start recalling those 3 things before you get up to reinforce that power of gratitude.
I love that idea, Pearl. Sleeping with it and getting up and then reconnecting with those items of gratitude. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, a lot of folks that I have shared this with totally have said that they help so much. So type in the chat, what are you most grateful for this week? And the second practice I called out is self-compassion. What does that really mean? It means giving yourself grace. It means forgiving yourself fast and first. Also means your self-talk sends kindness and encouragement rather than being also self-critical. Now remember, ladies, carve out time for self-care. Practice saying no when you need to and lean on your support system. Add relaxation techniques like deep breathing, meditation, movements, maybe like a dance break in your kitchen, whatever helps you reset. This is just the surface of vitality, ladies. We go deeper in the masterclass theory with energy mapping and how to apply longevity science with simple practices you can personalize. Timely. You'll walk away with a vitality action plan uniquely for you. The bottom line and our secret is vitality reigns. So we just covered health and well-being, the tip of iceberg. And guess what? What else can impact your health and well-being? Your relationships. Someone already pointed out in the comments. Your relationships with your loved ones, family, relatives, friends, people at work, and your community. Yet don't forget the most important relationship. It is your relationship with yourself. Yes. Here's something that might be shocking. Studies show that loneliness is more harmful to your health than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15 a day. Let that land.
Yeah.
And here's the twist. Many women over 45 feel connected. We're on group texts, Zooms, in meetings, in gatherings, but inside we are running on empty. Why? Because we've been supporting everyone else, the job, the business, the family, the community, you name it, and we've forgotten we deserve a circle that fuels us. And the most important part of that circle is you. The truth is, having a healthy relationship with yourself is not just a nice idea, it's a necessity. It's what actually fuels your superpowers, which we'll talk about later. It can be tempting to reach outward for validation, a like here, a compliment there. Sometimes we're just simple chat away from feeling seen and understood. What if instead we tune inward and check in with ourselves, with our mind, body, and soul regularly? Many evidence-based studies have proven self-awareness is the secret sauce to living a happier, more connected life. And who doesn't want a little extra sauce?
Exactly.
Ask yourself, how am I feeling? Where am I emotionally? What's my energy level? What do I need? Journaling helps too. Write down your thoughts, doodle your feelings, daydream, and just let your mind wander, setting aside a time for that. Or just make a list of things you'd rather do than laundry.
I have to tell you that my husband loves to do laundry. Who would have known?
Hey, there's always something.
There's always someone, right?
There's always something, someone. Thank God, though, right, for that.
Yeah.
Here's the truth. Self-awareness isn't always easy, ladies. I'm sure you can attest. Sometimes it means facing things we'd rather ignore, like spending time alone, reflecting and journaling, because we just got all those things we have to deliver, we have to do. We promised. Yet the payoff, you gain more clarity, more confidence, and a life that feels like it actually fits you. Again, we'll go in depth on how to build healthy relationships with yourself and others in our follow-on 3-part masterclass series. So let's make a pact, ladies. This is your time.
Mm-hmm.
You spend years showing up for everyone else. Now show up for yourself. Tune in, listen up, and reconnect with the amazing woman you are and the one you are still becoming. Now let's move on to your relationships with others. These are the people who cheer when you win, tell you the truth when you're slipping, and see your brilliance even on your worst hair day. So find your tribe, your network, and grow your communities, which many of you are already doing. So bravo for that. Mentors and coaches are a secret weapon. I don't care if you are a corporate professional or own your own business. You need someone a few steps ahead of you.
Yes, we do. And we actually have some coaches online and mentors that I have worked with in the past. And ladies, we know that working with a mentor or a coach collapses time. You know, they show us the shortcuts, the blind spots, the mindset tweaks that turn a good year into a breakthrough one. And guess what? With your skill sets that you have, you can be a mentor and you can coach others. Again, don't hide your wisdom. Someone is waiting to hear your voice to lead their way. You can make a difference with what you know. So we need to surround ourselves with people who remind us what is possible and then make it happen. Are you all in to working with stepping in and stepping out? Absolutely, with a mentor and making a difference. Your relationships are your key to your well-being and the community, and it all ties into longevity. That's the secret. So I want us to take a 5-minute break. And then when we come back, we'll be doing an exercise on circle of influence. So I have 11:47 on my clock. So we'll return at 11:52. Feel free to get up and stretch and come back at 11:52. All right. Thank you, ladies, for coming back on time. So this exercise is called the circle of influence, as you can see on the chart. So what I'd like for you to do and invite you to do is on your piece of paper, draw 3 concentric circles on your paper, like the ones that we have, like the one that is on the slide. So you have 3 circles, just like a target. And in the inner circle, write down the names of people that you would consider your rocks. The ones that you can always count on, that if you call them at 2 a.m., you know that they're going to pick up. Who are those women? So we're going to give you a minute to think through that. Who are those people that you know you can always count on, and put them on the inner circle? Okay. And now in the middle circle, jot down the names of friends and acquaintances you enjoy spending time with, but maybe don't connect as often or aren't as connected with them as deeply as you would like. And put those relationships, I would say these are the relationships for potential growth. So in the middle circle, jot down the names of friends and acquaintances you enjoy spending time with, but maybe don't connect with as often and would like to. Give you a minute for that. Finally, in the outer circle, write down groups, communities, or activities where you could potentially meet like minded people. This could be anything from hiking, it could be from pottery class, a book club, a meetup group. Identify those in the outer circle. I'll give you a minute for that. Okay, so here's the key. Look at the names in your circles and just choose one person that you will connect with more deeply next week. Write down a specific action. Maybe you call them up just to chat on the phone. Maybe you schedule a time to go have coffee or lunch, or maybe you send them a card, or maybe an inspiring, heartfelt text. It's about nurturing the people that are in your circle on a regular basis. So I invite you in the chat, what was your takeaway from this particular exercise? And I really thank you, all of you, for playing. Appreciate that. What was your takeaway? In the masterclass, we take the circle of influence exercise to the next level, further mapping out your ideal support system and how to consciously cultivate and uplift those relationships in your personal and your professional life. Nurturing the relationships in the circles that you identified will help you sustain your overall well being. Because at the end of the day, we all know that it's about relationships. And now I turn it over to Pearl to talk about personal growth.
Quick question. Ladies, have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, when did I start looking like my mother? If you have, you're not alone. Let's talk about how to embrace that reflection with pride and confidence, thriving as we grow older. So here's a question for you. What is one thing you are proud of so far? Type in the chat. Share proudly, and we thank you in advance.
My health.
My
Wow,
health.
Linda said she's our health. Really, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
That's
I
right.
can speak to that.
So good. Never give up, no matter how hard things
Be kinder
can
to
get.
myself. Lovely. Yeah. Hmm. Cool.
Yeah, peace and health, Mary. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
So every now and then, it's worth hitting the pause button and asking ourselves, are my actions actually matching up with what I care about the most? It's like checking your GPS. Otherwise, you might end up at the world's largest ball of yarn instead of your real destination. So type in the chat and share, what is one of your values? What is one of your values? My biggest value here is my integrity.
Yes, that's a big one for me as well.
Mm.
Integrity. Yeah, integrity. And then here's integrity also.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Relationships.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And here's something funny. We all have skills we have picked up over the years and we barely notice anymore.
Yeah.
You know, those things you can do with your eyes closed, where everyone else is staring at you like you just performed a magic trick. I'm talking about your superpowers. Maybe it's fixing a spreadsheet, calming down a cranky client or cranky babies, or my personal favorite, figuring out which cable needs to be unplugged and plugged back in.
Exactly. You know, that's a good one because we do things unconsciously that we're really good at, and we just don't sit back and reward ourselves and acknowledge that. And if you've ever been the go-to person for something that felt easy for you, which I know a lot of these women are go-to people for a variety of skills, you know, what is that superpower that you are willing to share with us? We want to see what you're good at, what your superpower is, because you never know, someone here might need that superpower. And thank you all for playing.
So here's the challenge. Embrace those strengths. Don't brush them off. Celebrate your wins and the wisdom you've collected, even if your superpower is just surviving another Monday, because that counts. Did you know that studies show learning a new skill can reduce the risk of cognitive decline by up to 40%? That's right. Keeping your brain buzzing is like a daily workout. Yep. So there you have it. Tips to embrace aging with grace and confidence. Keep learning. Love those wrinkles. Aging is not something to fear. It's a privilege to
It
celebrate.
is.
During the
Absolutely.
masterclass, we help you rediscover your superpowers and values through a powerful guided inventory exercise.
I love this exercise. I'm looking forward to doing it myself.
Me too. So, ladies, evolve beautifully. Here's a question for you. When was the last time you examined and inventoried your values and strengths?
Mhm.
When was the last time?
Yeah.
Now for our last secret of the day. Pat, take it away.
Yes, our last secret of the day. It's about your legacy and impact. Legacy is what echoes and inspires in a young person's confidence, a community that you helped, the way your grandkids will talk about you long after you're gone. The truth is that legacy isn't about the end, it's about the journey. It's the impact that we make every single day, whether it's big or whether it's small. You have spent years giving back at work, your family, your community. And as we get older, our capacity to grow actually grows. We got more experience and we keep talking about the wisdom and we don't want to, shortcut the fact or minimize the fact that we have that wisdom. We have more resources. We have, in many cases, we have more money and we have more time. So you're at a point now where you can take a look at all of that and contribute it to a cause. I know several of you have causes here. What is one cause that sets you on fire? Put it in the chat because you might find someone else who has the same cause. So I invite you to share. Here's a secret sauce about philanthropy. Philanthropy actually gives back to you. It creates joy, meaning, fulfillment, its legacy. It connects you to a community and it reminds you that you're part of something bigger than yourself. So if you ever said, "Oh, I'll give back someday," "Oh, I'll give back when this happens or this happens," today can be that day. It doesn't have to be big, it could be something small. Your voice, your vision, your values, your wisdom, that is philanthropy. So as you give, you also want to think about a smooth transition by mentoring successors and establishing leadership development so that your legacy goes beyond your direct involvement. That you're passing on your values, your level of influence to other generations, other teams, other team members, employees. And if it's applicable, you can use tools like trust, uh, tax efficient giving, charitable planning, to optimize your financial resources and actually putting together a philanthropy strategy, which is an amazing exercise. I have done that. And it's actually focused my time and my resources to the things that really matter because people are always asking, would you like to buy a table? Can you donate for this cause, that cause? Oh, we're looking for volunteers to do X, Y, and Z. And the question is, do you have that strategy so that when you get asked, you know whether it's a strong yes or a strong no? So you don't have to change the world, just change someone's world for the better. Maybe it's a passion you've always had, or maybe something that's just currently tugging at your heart. Dive in with all you've got, right? Play fully when you decide that you're going to give back. You have a wild, beautiful tale full of triumphs, lessons, mistakes, a few plot twists here and there. Your story is worth telling. You don't need to be a writer. You can start your own blog. You can get on podcasts. You can share the story with people around you. And when you start doing it, you're going to watch and see how it inspires others. Don't let your best chapters go unwritten. Because the matter of fact is, when you tell your story, it just not only does it inspire others, it liberates them. It liberates them. So here's the takeaway. If you're going to give back, if you're going to volunteer, do it with gusto. Incorporate your wealth and resource planning thoughtfully and make your story a bestseller. We all have the power to shape the future, inspire others, leave a mark that lasts. And to help you define your legacy clearly in writing or even in mentorship, you'll love the story to legacy framework that we use in our masterclass. So here's a secret. Legacy isn't left. It's lived. Legacy isn't left. It's lived. So question, who inspired you to become the woman that you are today? Who inspired you? Love for you to share that.
My mother came to mind.
Mine
I love my
too.
mom.
Mine too. So, ladies, these are the six secrets that we've covered today. And really, we invite you to just walk away with one action item. We offered a lot of suggestions throughout the six secrets. And if you just take that one secret that resonated with you, we consider this a transformational opportunity for you.
Yeah, type a number in. Which one resonates? If it's multiple, the most today, I'm sure it
Yes. We
possibly
want to
is
know
all of
what
them.
impacted you. What was your aha today? What was that? We want to know.
Mhm.
So let's take a deep breath together because we covered a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You just heard the six secrets that can radically change your health, change your life, change the direction of what you're doing. And like we said early in the beginning, they're not distinct topics. They're evolving, they're intertwined, they're dynamic. That's why Pearl and I are taking a holistic approach. Because you and I know, and many of you are teachers, that real information doesn't really create transformation. It's when you implement the thought, the
Mhm.
idea, the support, the accountability, the community that helps us all make these beautiful ideas and make them come to life and really integrate them in our life. So imagine your life 30 days from now, not just full of ideas, but actually living them. You're waking up with more clarity. You feel better. You have more energy. You know what to say no to. You're more aligned. You're probably feeling lit up right now and energized, and you're around a group of people that really are bringing in positive energy into this group right now. And you may be asking, okay, now what? We've got you. Pearl and I created the three-part master series, Your Blueprint to Relevancy, Vitality, and Longevity. Pearl, why don't you talk about the program?
So, Pat and ladies, this is not just another webinar to watch passively. It's a hands-on, soul-stirring, action-driven experience. 360 minutes live sessions and another 360 minutes Q&A where we roll up our sleeves and apply the secrets to your life, your goal, and your energy zones. Every week we build on the last. You'll get real tools, guided visualization, exercises, group momentum. You'll cover your vitality blueprint, your legacy story, your next best steps. And so what you're getting besides the 3 master classes and 3 Q&A sessions, and you can see on the chart the class schedule, logistics, and it starts on May 20th, and each of the sessions starts on Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time, with the last session being June 24th. You also get downloadable tools, worksheets, and journals for planning, reflection, and action. And of course, the personal transformation exercises tailored just for you, including our energy mapping, purpose blueprint, and legacy story builder.
Yeah.
And I think the most important and powerful one is really a sisterhood circle.
Mm-hmm.
The sisterhood circle that we're building, you'll be connecting with women walking the same road. And here's the bonus. If you're the first 8 women sign up for the class, you'll have this 30-minute private clarity coaching session with both Pat and me. It's a one-on-one session where you walk away with confidence and momentum. The total value of what we're offering here is $998. And this is only for $88 today if you enroll by midnight Central Daylight Savings Time, Friday, May 2nd. And after May 2nd, the price will go up to $147, which really isn't a lot either.
That's right. It's not, hey, girlfriends, I pay more for a color and cut than the transformation experience that we're going to offer. So, and what I like about it is it transforms you from the inside out.
Thank you,
And the
Linda. She
space is
says, great value. I'm joining.
the space is limited. We want to keep it personal. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you're hearing in your heart, this is for me, listen, you didn't come here by accident. There was a reason that you were here. Let's make your next season, your next chapter, the most vibrant one. The registration link is in the chat.
Yep, it's there.
It's there. So here's your moment. This is where relevancy, vitality, and longevity stop being buzzwords for you. They become now your language, and you start living that experience like I lived it, as I talked about at the beginning. So if your inner voice is whispering, this is for me, honor that nudge, honor it.
That's right, ladies. Again, registration, the link is in the chat. And yes, like Pat said, spots are limited. And not because we're trying to be fancy, because we want to keep this personal, powerful, and real. We simply can't wait to walk this next chapter with you. So let's make your next season the most vibrant one yet.
That's right. The best is yet to come, is how I see it. Any questions?
I really love all the sharing that I'm reading, helping underserved girls learn STEM with education and meeting women leaders in tech. Thank you, Marilyn.
Oh, I love the comments, really on the inspiration, the ones that inspired us. You know, we come back to mother, grandmother, my father, parents, and aunts. Wow. I really appreciate your honesty and thank you so much.
What jumps out the most? Someone put in a number 1, which is our first secret.
Wisdom, right? The wisdom that we have and the value. I mean, so many times when I talk to women, and especially if they've been laid off, they'll make a comment like, I can't compete with the 30-year-olds. It's, they can run circles around me in tech, in AI, and blah, blah, blah. And the thing is that the wisdom carries a lot more weight than we give ourselves credit. And the thing is that skill set can actually be learned. So as we're taking a look at ourselves and our relevancy, the wisdom is number 1, really. The tech skills, those can be learned. That's a common thing that I hear about women is that I've laid off. How can I compete now? And I'm like, oh, wow, you only knew. Let's sit down and talk about that because you're powerful and you're a powerhouse. And it's just stopping and taking a look at appreciating what we know and what we have. Anything else? God, you're going to be able to leave. We're able to give you some time back if we don't have any questions. So we encourage you to think about whether this is a fit for you. And if it is, fantastic. And if it's not, it's okay. We're not attached to the outcome. You know exactly where you need to be. You know your next step. And we will be here. We'll be doing this webinar again. And I hope you share it with your friends and family because we'd love to be able to spread the word to other women and empower them, especially those women over 45.
And Pat and I have this grand vision of building out this community with a lot more women worldwide. But we got to start grow our community organically.
One of our favorite quotes, that it's not about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Yeah, I love the hearts. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you, Ellen.
Thank you, Ellen. Great to see you, Mary. I'm so glad that you came in. I haven't seen you in years. It's so good to see you and your beautiful smile. And you know, Marilyn is a friend of mine from Dallas. She and I served on boards together, and so happy she chimed in. And Nikki used to be in Dallas. She's an
Mm.
amazing coach, also. And you are now living where?
I'm in Detroit, or just
In
outside of
Detroit. And your
Detroit.
specialty is what?
Well, my specialty now is mindfulness and meditation. I'm a coach, teacher, trainer, and yeah, so I came to support you, Pat, because I know we had some history there, and just wanted to.
Yes. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we want to return the favor.
Sure.
So if
The
you
flavor.
have an opportunity, we can share that opportunity within our community.
Okay.
We'd be more than
Absolutely.
happy. We'd be more than happy because it aligns with what we do. So if you have an event coming up, we will post it. We'll
Okay.
post it on our Facebook and our LinkedIn group.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I just got certified in singing bowls.
Oh my
Nice. I
God.
love singing
We got to
bowls.
sign her up. We got to sign her up for the master program or the
That's
following one.
right.
Because that's healing, right? That is so healing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
We'll talk
right.
some more.
We
We'll
will
talk
talk
some
some
more.
more.
No, I was saying that my mindfulness teacher and mentor asked me about doing some stuff for her classes, and of course, then I had to buy equipment for the sound because the regular stuff doesn't pick up sound, so I had to play with that for a few weeks and work it out. But I finally got it where it's sounds pretty good. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
the frequencies. The
Frequency.
frequencies, yeah, includes color, sounds, and even frequencies we cannot even hear, right?
Yeah.
So those can be truthfully either healing or really kind of damaging us without us being really conscious about it. So
Mhm.
these are coming up more and more, which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so beautiful. Like now I meditate and I play the bowls and then I just let the ring just
Mm,
into the meditation and it just there's something that adds to it.
that's so lovely. Thank you, ladies, for joining us.
We'll see you in the classes.
Yes, we appreciate you. Bye bye.
Bye for now.